What's going on YouTube? It's Brazen back here with another video for you guys. If you guys are enjoying the content, if you guys want to hit a like down below, subscribe if you guys are new here, and leave a comment letting me know you subscribe so I can welcome you to the family. And that being said, cue intro. What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Madden 20 video for you guys. Here today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to complete the second part of the free agency challenges. So we're just going to go ahead and do the first 10 of the exclusive in this video, and then we will do the second 10 in another video. That way you guys will have all 20. I don't want to do the same thing I did in the first batch, which was just pick and choose, and then I still had a ton of questions and I didn't have any visual representation of it. So that being said, we're going to hop in with the Devin Hester one first. We already loaded in, that way you guys don't have to wait. Now, one quick thing about this is I've definitely tried subbing out Devin Hester, and maybe you guys have different results, but I subbed in my Le'Veon Bell because he has abilities, and I actually, when I subbed in Le'Veon Bell, failed the challenge even with getting the yard. So I advise not subbing in someone and just use the Devin Hester, and don't score a touchdown either, because I scored a touchdown with the Le'Veon Bell as well, and it said I didn't get the 40 yards. So just run out after you know you got 40 yards. That way you can get all 5 stars. Very, very easy like that. He does have abilities on, but he is a little slow, so it's a little bit harder to do it, but you do have those abilities. So right here, score a passing touchdown, pass for 81 yards, and then we're going to score 2 touchdowns this quarter. So we're going to go ahead and load right into it for the Desean Jackson. And these solo challenges don't take too long. So to complete all 20 should be like less than an hour. It depends on your skill level, obviously, and how fast you can beat some of these. But a lot of them you have to complete in like single plays or like a couple plays. So it's really not that hard to do. So as soon as we load in here, so it scored 2 touchdowns. One of them needs to be passing, and one of them, or you need 81 passing yards overall. So there's a couple different ways to do this, and hopefully it does load us in a little bit quicker here. You know, obviously I do like to leave the load screens just that way you guys can see it in real time, and I'm not just skipping a bunch of things in between. So we need 2 touchdowns and a passing touchdown for 81 yards. So I'm going to start off with just PA crossers, and we have Desean Jackson in the slot. So he has 92 speed, which isn't terrible. So we're going to go ahead and run this, and Desean Jackson is going to come open. Same play I always run. And just like this should be the 81 and the passing touchdown. So we will see if it completes the challenges, but that's what it should be. So score 2 touchdowns this quarter, complete the passing touchdown, and it should say you completed the 81 yards as well. So what I am going to do now is just kick the extra point, obviously, and then I am going to sky kick it on the kickoff, try to get a hit stick, but we can get a touchdown however we want. And you could always check challenge goals if you don't want to mess up. So I know I got those bonus ones done because it popped up on my screen, but scored 2+ touchdowns this quarter. So we just kick off middle. I always sky kick it because I can try to get hit sticks on that fullback or whoever they have right there, fullback / tight end. Right here, it actually is going to go too deep, but it's not too big of a deal because it is the third quarter, so we don't really have to play defense. We just have to do the field goal block to punt save. And you do have to get the touchdowns this quarter, but really it shouldn't take you a full quarter. And once you get the objective done, it should be done. So I always check the speed just to see how fast someone is out there. But we can kind of tell it's a tight end, so he's not going to be too fast. They're going to loft it up, and unluckily, we're not able to get that ball. So it is what it is. You can give up yards in this. That's not actually a objective that you need to do, is like allow less than so-and-so yards. So right here we see Nelson Aguilar has 89 speed. So he's a little bit faster, but it's probably better, to be honest, because they probably won't throw that random jump ball. So we're going to try to come down. And you can see I am just totally butchering this. Honestly, if you want, you could give up a touchdown. It really doesn't matter. I'm just going to continue to do it my way just because I know how to do it. I'm just totally failing right now. So Wentz is going to do that. As soon as he throws it, we're going to come down, and there we go. Troy Polamalu gets it, and then you should be able to get pick 6, which I probably took like a minute longer to do this solo than needed, but boom. Right there, that is the second touchdown. And like I always say, you can tell if you get 5 stars because that first star will be in the middle and then it'll go on the outside. If it's 4 stars, it splits them evenly. So don't allow a touchdown this quarter. Get 2 tackles. Do not allow more than 2 completed passes. So what we need to do is get 2 tackles and then just get the ball in our hands and then end the game. So we will load into this one as well. And like I said, Michael Bennett is the last one. So we will keep track of that. That way we can do 10 and 10, just keep it pretty even. So right here, we've already completed 2 of them. And, you know, they go pretty fast. The solos themselves don't really take that long, especially if you can complete them very fast. Like I said, I probably took like an extra minute or at least like an extra 30 seconds by just butchering 2 passes on that for the interception. But depending on how fast your players are, you should be able to get it. So right here, just get 2 tackles. Don't allow a touchdown. So the thing is, it doesn't say anything about getting user tackles, right? So just get 2 tackles and don't allow them to get 2 completions is also the thing. So hopefully they hand off the ball. It really depends, but you want them to hand off the ball if possible. And right there, that's not going to be a completion, so that works pretty well. But you're going to want to get 2 tackles. So now we need 2 tackles out of 3 plays, in my opinion, because we want to be able to get. And right there, they're going to whiff it once again. So unfortunately, sometimes it will mess you up, because you do need to get. So they're going to motion right here. I'm going to go for the sack, and the reason is because you need the tackles anyways, but the way they're playing, we don't really want to do that. And right there, you see me back off, and the reason I backed off is because of the fact I want them to have the ball again. This way, I can try to get one more pinch bug 0. Hopefully, I can get the tackle right here before they ever get the ball off, and then I can just knee down and end it. So right here, we're actually going to let them catch that just because I want to get that second tackle. And I know it's a little nerve-wracking because now they completed 1 of the 2 passes. But I didn't want, either way, I was going to have to punt. So it really doesn't make a difference unless you're not going for 5 stars. If you're not going for 5 stars, then it may have worked. So right here, we're going to go for the tackle once again. And you want to get either a tackle or a sack, one of the 2. And we're trying to get a fumble as well. Of course, now we can't get a fumble. We were able to get the fumble on the beginning, but it's no big deal. We're just going to go ahead and run this once again. And that, you can tell that's 3 sacks back to back. And now if they do throw it up, we're not going to let them get it. So now we could pretty much just end the game. And that's going to be 4 sacks back to back. Now we can just take knees and go ahead and end the game. So this one, once again, takes a little bit longer, depending on how good you do. Hopefully you can get 2 tackles within the first 4 plays. But like I was doing, they weren't able to get completions, but they were throwing the ball very quick. I wasn't able to get there, so I ended up just using that outside linebacker, which I knew that sometimes it does cause the fumble, which is very, very unfortunate. We're just going to take the 2 knees there, and then it will be over. And we'll sim all the way down. You don't have to do anything about winning the game. So boom, just like that, very, very easy. And that is another 1 down. We should be able to get the 5 stars on that. That's 1, 2, 3. And then we'll know we get 4 and the 5. So the next one is Campbell. Don't allow first down. Don't allow more than 15 yards. Get a sack. So basically, get a sack, get out of there, move on to the next one. So we're just going to stay in that pinch bug 0. And like I said, in the other ones, I was just showing you one version. And I know this might be a little repetitive for some people, but I did have people asking me a lot of questions. So I want to make sure I can answer them all. That is why I'm completing all of them. So it's just get a sack, don't allow first down, basically just don't allow yards and get a sack. This is the easiest way. Not necessarily don't allow any yards, but just try not to allow a first down or like big plays, anything like that, because then you will have to restart. So it is loading right here. And like I always say, I always leave the loading screens just because of the fact it makes it a little bit easier so you guys can see the real timing. So hopefully they pass it early. It really depends per team or like per solo challenge. It's not going to be exact every time. So hopefully they play action it and they do pass it right off the bat, and we can see TJ gets in there, and that is an easy sack. Game over. And then that should be all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now we'll move on to Joe Montana. So this one actually is a little bit longer. So score a passing touchdown by the end of the game, and then lead by 3 points by the end of the game. So what I am actually going to do is go score the touchdown first, and then after you score the touchdown first, just get the ball back, sim it out, and then kick a field goal to win it, and that will put you up by 3. That's the easiest way I have found to do it. You could really do it, whatever way you want. You could try to score the 7, then score the 3, and then end the game, and then get the ball back a third time if you're not as comfortable with maybe stop or whatever the case is, like maybe if you're not comfortable with chewing the clock. But this is going to be the easiest way in my opinion. So right here for Joe Montana. So we do start with the ball. You could also chew the clock a little bit if you wanted to right here. So I'm going to chew the clock just because if I don't score, I want to chew it a little bit, but I'm not too worried about not scoring. So we are going to play action. We know they're in man coverage, and it doesn't look like we're actually going to be able to score, but Juju will come down with that. So that's why I'm going to leave chew clock on. That way we at least take some time off the clock because I'm not too worried. As long as I get the ball back with a little bit of time, we can still score. Even though I have plus 11 speed, I think it's Devin Bush out there, or I don't know who it is, maybe Mark Barron or something that played really, really good defense. And once again, they're going to play pretty good defense, but Juju is able to make that catch and stay in bounds. So once again, the clock will sim down. It's unfortunate that I'm not scoring as fast as I would necessarily want, I guess, but it doesn't really matter either way. You still have to chew the same amount of time. And they also don't have timeouts, so that helps as well. So we're going to go ahead and throw it to Juju. I aggressive caught right there. Doesn't really matter what you do. So score, passing, touchdown, complete. Now we just have to lead by 3 and win the game. So we're going to go ahead and kick it. And then basically all we want to do is I'm going to kick it out of bounds because I don't want to get the ball too close to their end zone because I won't be able to chew enough clock if I get a sack or something like that, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and kick it out of bounds. And like I said, this one does take a little bit longer for the solo challenges, unfortunately. But it's not really the hardest of them. So all I'm going to do is pinch bug 0. But like I said, I wanted to start him on the 40. That way if I get a sack fumble, I still have a lot of yards to run out the time. So right here, they are going to be running it, which obviously my team is all over that. I all out blitzed, and it's really not that hard to complete these solos. They're not that great of teams. We can see I have speed differentials by a lot on every position. So as long as you have a decent team, it should be pretty easy. And they will probably punt since it's a tie game. So if you do get to 4th down, they will most likely punt it. I don't see, unless they were across midfield or something, but if they're all the way back here, they're probably going to punt it. So we're going to go ahead and get the sack. And I'm actually going to strip them right there. So I actually held R1, and the reason is because I wanted to be able to get the fumble right there. And I wanted to run backwards as well. That way I can get more first downs. And it actually is going to be helpful that I am going to be able to get that first down, I believe, because I won't run out of time. So I'm just going to run inside zone. I'm going to switch the formation just because I know that it's going this way. No, but it doesn't really matter where you run it. This is just, I didn't feel like flipping formation, and I got hit staked right there. We'll go to the 2-minute warning. Just like that, we will get out of there. And then now we just have to run it a couple more times, like I said. We do need one more first down. As soon as we get a first down, we should be good. You could also pass it if you're not confident in getting in. If you're on like a 3rd down or something, then definitely just go ahead and pass it. But I was pretty confident right there. And now we are just going to sim it down and kick the field goal. So wait till it gets under 120. That way you want the play to end under 120. So I just wait till it gets to around 120 to hike it. That way you don't have to run an extra play. You got to know your clocks. That way you don't have to run multiple plays. So we can see right here, since we finished it under 120, it will go down to under 40 for this play, which means when we kick the field goal, we will do it as time expires, as we can see. So right here, we will go special teams and then field goal, and then we will kick it. And I always hold X just until about 3 or 2 seconds. It really depends on how close I am or whatever. And then I'll just go ahead and kick it in. And then you're up by 3 at the end of the game, just like that. So you just need a touchdown, extra point, and then a field goal. And we can see 1 star in the middle, and then all 5 of the stars. So Alex Mack, don't allow a touchdown in the first half. Don't allow a first down. Don't allow a yard. So this one's super easy as well. It makes it seem a lot harder than it is. So don't allow a touchdown. Don't allow a yard. Basically don't allow anything. There's 4 minutes left in the half, which yes, that is annoying because you will have to chew clock. But there's a very easy way to do it, and it's just going to be the field goal to punt safe. Since it is the second quarter, it will work. So we will be able to do it pretty easily, in my opinion, once it loads in here. These are definitely some of the more annoying, the back-to-backs, just because they take longer. You have to do full games. I definitely like the ones that are objective-based more than full games or, quarters, things like that. So luckily it says first half, but it is the second quarter. And they do start on offense, so basically you can't allow a yard like it says, so just go base block right, and then I will switch to punt safe by clicking audible and then click left on the D-pad, and then they will pass it, and you got to get a pick. So right there, if you fail like I just did, then you will have to replay it. which it still only takes 2 seconds. So basically, if you fail, luckily it'll be on the first play because you don't want to allow yards and things like that. So that was very unfortunate. I don't know why Troy Polamalu is having a lot of issues right now with getting picks. Right there, we are going to get the pick perfectly fine. And then just fall down. You don't really have to run it back or anything. So because we do have to finish out this quarter. So luckily they don't have any timeouts or anything like that. So all we're going to do is go to our run formation and we have to just run the ball out. So the reason I like falling down very fast is you give yourself a lot of time so you don't have to go to third downs and things like that. So we get 3 yards. If we get 3 yards every play, we'd be pretty much fine. But we're going to go ahead and chew. We're going to wait till it gets under 320 once again. That way we will run out after another play. We won't have to run like too many plays. So right there, it does stop under that 320. So that means it'll go under 240. And then the 2-minute warning after that. So there's timetables on this. So you got to really pay attention to that with the 40-second clock just to do it in the best way that you can. So right here, we will be doing the same thing. It'll be going under that 2-minute mark. So we will have to go to the 2-minute warning. And then we will have to run a couple more plays. Once you get one more first down, you could theoretically take knees if you're scared of fumbling, just so that you don't have to play more plays. Personally, I'm not really scared of my Le'Veon fumbling, so I'm not going to take the time to switch to the QB nil. But you always could if you wanted to. But once Mike Vick stops taking his sweet time back there, you get into formation and get the first down. And pretty much you can go to half now. No big deal. They can't stop you. Once again, wait till it gets under that 120. Or just around it at least. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you get around it, you can see it'll stop after that 119, and then on the next play, you would be able to get under that 40 anyways. Even if it stopped, a second above, when you hike the ball, you'd be fine. So right here, we will just let it get basically down there again. Get the first down, not that it really matters. You just don't want to go to fourth down because your Excel clock doesn't work the same on fourth downs, so it just makes you take more time. So right here, we will be done. 2, 1, and then we are done and we can move on. We got 5 stars on that as well. So basically it makes it look harder, like I said, because really you just have to get a pick off the first play and then you're good to go. So get a first down this drive, get a first down on this play, and then pass for 28 yards. So what you don't want to do on this play is score a touchdown. So this one's actually very easy for Eric Ebron, but like I said, do not score a touchdown. And the reason is scoring touchdowns don't always count as first downs. It may be different for this one, but honestly, you just don't need to. So just don't, because a lot of the times when you score touchdowns, it doesn't register first downs or whatever it is that you need, unless it was actually touchdowns that you need. So for this one, as soon as we load in, we will just run our PA crossers like normal, and we will be able to we need 28 yards, I believe. So you want to make sure that you are able to get that. So get a first down this drive, pass for 28 yards, and then get a first down on this play. So basically pass for 28 yards on this play and get a first down. So what you're going to want to do is run levels wide corner or PA crosser. So I come on levels wide corner, just depending on what they are. So this looks like they're going to be on man on Juju. So we're going to run PA crossers. That way he can get out of it, and he is going to get open. I know that's 28 yards already, so I'll just fall down. I don't know the exact. From the 47, you got to get, I don't know exactly, maybe the 25. But right there, we know, boom, easy 5. And we move on to Marcus Allen. So score a rushing touchdown this quarter, rush 3 times, rush for 24 yards. So what you're going to want to do on this is rush twice, fall down both times, and then on the third one, score the touchdown if you can. Or just basically make sure you run the 3 times first and then score the touchdown, because if you score the touchdown, you wouldn't get the 5 stars right away. So it's very, very easy to do. Once again, it just takes a little bit of time, a little bit more than you maybe want, just because you do have to run and fall down twice. But it shouldn't be that big of a deal for most people. And I would try to get decent yards on every carry. If you can't, obviously it's not a big deal, but don't fall down after 2 yards, just because if you can get more, you're going to have to score a touchdown anyway. So all of it has to be rushing. So don't pass the ball. One option you could do is obviously just run the ball with Michael Vick. But I'm very confident in my run game, so I'm just going to run this. And we're just going to go ahead and get upfield. So like I said, I'm going to get like 10 yards. That way it's not as far on the last one. And we do have to rush 3 times. So I'm not hitting any necessary jukes. I could probably try to score right there if I wanted to, maybe not, but either way, that's the second rush. We got the 24 yards rushing, which is the 24 yards rushing is very easy if you're getting the touchdown on this drive. So we do get another first down. Like I said, you don't necessarily have to score on 3 plays. It just is the fastest way to do it. But if you can't, it's no big deal. Just go ahead and do the same thing. And then on the 4th play, we are able to get in there and get the 5 stars. So just like that, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 right here. So we got Desean Williams scored passing touchdown in 2 plays, and then get the 23 yards. So you start on the 23-yard line. You basically got to score from there in 2 plays. So not hard at all. Just run whatever your best pass plays are, and then we will be able to get it. As soon as we load in here, we will be able to go ahead and do that. So it does take a little bit of time just, to go ahead and load in. Honestly, if you take out all the loading time in the solos, it's probably only like 10 or 12 minutes to complete the solos. But I like leaving the loading time, like I always say. That way you guys can see the true time it takes. And I believe after the Desean Williams, the last one will be the Michael Bennett. So we are close to reaching those 10. So once again, I just want to make sure I read it right, but it should just be scored passing touchdown in 2 plays. And then pass for 23 yards. So basically, try to score in 1 or 2 plays. Doesn't really matter. So we're going to go right here. The levels Y corner, just to see what they're in. So this looks like they're going to be in man again on Juju. So I'm going to run PA crossers. And it is man. So Juju will be coming open. And then I'm going to possession catch it, which possession catch, a lot of times, almost all the time, you come down with it. And then we can see right here, that is going to be 5-star once again. And then we are going to go Michael Bennett, which is get 2 user tackles this quarter and then don't allow any points. So this one is not hard necessarily, but you want to get 1 user tackle first and then get a user sack second, because if you get the user sack first, it won't count. You won't have time to get that second. So the second tackle, it will just, register as complete. So this one actually is a little tricky in that sense, because you have to all out blitz, but you also don't want to get a user sack. So on the first plays, even if the blitz is there and it's a pass play, just don't user that guy. So once it loads in, I will show you. So we need to get a sack. Actually, it's not even get a user sack, so you got to be a little careful on that. Hopefully they just run the ball, but what I would advise doing is just running man. So I'm actually going to run nickel to cover 2 man, and I hope they still run the ball, but if not, I can hopefully let them just catch the ball and then work from there. So I'm going to try to let them dump it down to Tevin Coleman, which he's wide open. I want to get a user tackle, which that should be a user tackle right there. Now, if I get a user sack, I am good to go. So we want to go pinch bug 0. Show blitz inside is how I usually shade. And then this should be a user sack / user tackle. And just right there, that is 5 stars complete. Let's just make sure it gives this to us. Boom, 4 and 5. So hopefully this really does help you out. I know it's a little bit longer of a video, and like I said, I will have the second 10 out as soon as possible as well. But drop a like, if you guys did like this video, if it did help you out. Comment with any questions down below. Like I said, the second 10 are coming out, so if you have any questions about that video will be coming out as soon as I can get it out. And then subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, and I will see you in the next video.